All right, so before I dive into responding to this, I want you to know that this is not a direct response to you exactly. But I have seen this comment a lot, that they're trying to distract us, especially from the PDF files. All right, but here's the problem with that. By them putting out this very professional, intentional targeting on this person who had a really large platform, spewing his hate, his lies, his misogyny, and all his other things, they have essentially backfired. If their goal was not distraction, but diversion and deflection, because distraction is too minimus for that, right? But if it was diversion and deflection, then it fails, right? Because until this week, I had no idea who this man was. I couldn't even tell you what he looked like at all. Why? Because I don't align with his ideology. He doesn't fall on my radar, and I'm not some old man trying to indoctrinate young kids. Like, I'm just not into that, right? Okay. So here's where it fails, because that guy, thanks to all this amplified information about him, you find out that he actually diverged a little bit from the orange one in chief because of the PDF files. In fact, he was still demanding the PDF files. And so by trying to make him into a martyr and trying to spin the content through bots and paid influencers, that what we're demanding now is a 3-letter W word against left and right, because y'all have to understand that all of this propaganda is whipped up to have the end result they want, which is the demolition of democracy. Like, that's just the end, point blank, period. That's what they're trying to do, because they want to do a whole new constitution that is according to theirs in July 4th, 2026. That's why all their contracts right now, all their extensions, whatever, ends in July of 2026. A great creator did a video on that. I don't even know if it's still up, but so be it, right? So here's a man with this huge platform of lots of people who claim to be religious or are pulled into this culture of religiosity that is not really in line with Christian values or Christ himself. But he has this huge platform and he's this big mouthpiece, and he's still talking about the files. And anyone with 2 neurons to rub together would know that this was not your regular Joe Schmo off the street, that this was very professional, very intentional, and very meticulous of a military style strategy. I have to watch my words. There are at least 2 other people besides the marksman that had something to do with the physical happenings of yesterday. And because we are in state-run media now, we don't even get to hear about the high school in Colorado. Why? Because 1, they don't like Colorado. Colorado is a blue state. Colorado is, there was some beef happening between the orange and the blue in Colorado. So he not even bringing it up. Not even bringing it up. And the party that claims to be for the children have yet to explain what 4 actually means there. Is it 4 as in that's what you want? Because it ain't 4 as in that's who you protect. I mean, if you look at this guy right here in white, I can't do the one in black because that's in that full video, and I don't ever want to see that video again. I didn't want to see it in the first place. But this video is just the guy in white. You will see his suspicious movements. I'm not going to put that in mine because I'm already getting violations for other people's videos from this platform, which is pissing me the hell off. But anyway, so I'm just going to share a screenshot of that person. But he does a really weird thing with his phone where he first does the hand signal of the, like an umpire. So the hat and then the ear. So I guess that's saying where to do it. And then he turns his phone and like that phone like points towards the neck. So I personally think it was maybe some infrared thing or something that shows up but again, they're trying to spin the conversation in that this is the left, who they call female body parts because we don't have the testicular manpower to do such things. But every time something happens, we're blamed for it. So like, are we taking the metallic things or are we using them? Which one is it? You know what I mean? But again, the point is, by getting this high status person in white circles, because he wasn't high in mine, but this high status person in white circles, and by trying to spin the narrative, they still leave room for a true narrative to leak, which is, and which is the one that I received, which is he was asking to see the PDFs. He was asking for those files. He was actually demanding those files. And since a book got delivered just 2 days prior, that was going to rev up even more askings of show me the money, right? So they got a bird with two stones. Well, they got two birds with one. Listen, I am over this. They got two birds with one. One, they get to galvanize the base they were losing against us. And then two, they got to silence someone who had a very loud platform. So no, this is not a distraction. This is a deflection, a diversion tactic of trying to pull our energy not towards his expiration, but towards the violence that is stewing, brimming beneath the surface, because they know for a large part of it, their base is quite violent. It has been proven over and over again. So if we are diverted into being fearful, which is what is happening, people are becoming fearful and anxious, especially as they hear the W word over and over and over again, which is being amplified by the state-run media, or actually the billionaire who is manipulating all the media for the state. Then it's bringing our worst fears to light, right? And that's not a distraction. It's not a distraction, because what we need to be doing on our side is amplifying the other message, which is this guy went down because he wanted the files. This guy went down because he wouldn't stop talking about the files. This guy went down because the shadows that lurk in the halls of government and all of our corporations do not want those files to emerge. It is all interconnected. And that is what's taking so long, because this hits our financial sector, our political and governmental sectors, our corporate sector, and who knows what else. And the fact that Yahoo also spoke on this already tells you there were two people in collusion, or two governments in collusion. Because I still don't believe the one who's supposed to be our leader is actually calling any shots right now or for the last few weeks. Okay? So there are two governments in collusion, actually three, if we be honest. There is the Trinity, the Bermuda Triangle, that is trying to march us all into Article 5. And we're not trying to go there, but we're getting there. We're getting there. And the best way to pump the brakes is for us to clean house. And I don't mean in 2026. I mean before we even get there.